A small video. So thank you very much, Gillian and Gillian, for taking part in this interview on human trafficking. So if you could possibly let us know what your background in trafficking and research in trafficking is.
Well, I'm Gillian Wylie, and I work on a peace studies programme here in Trinity College, and I've been researching on human trafficking for the last few years, most recently on trafficking for labour exploitation into Ireland and in Europe more generally.
Right.
And I'm Gillian Kennedy from the Immigrant Council of Ireland. It's a human rights organisation in Dublin that offers support and information to migrants, and we're also a lobbying organisation. And we've just, in the last few years, become involved in the area of anti-trafficking, as we've identified it as an area of exploitation for migrant women in particular.
Right, so you focus on migrant women?
Migrant women who have been trafficked into Ireland for the purposes of sexual exploitation. We do offer support to them, and we're now lobbying in relation to this issue as well.
Okay, thank you very much. And a lot of people think that trafficking in Ireland isn't a major issue. Would you have any research or experience to the contrary?
On labour exploitation, I've been involved in a research project where we identified at least 50 cases of trafficking for labour exploitation into Ireland over the last 5 or 6 years, into domestic work, agriculture, construction industry, and the restaurant and catering sector.
Right, and so you have found cases where...
they're not prosecuted cases to date. There are all kinds of problems about identifying and prosecuting cases of trafficking, and especially in relation to forced labour, which hasn't received as much attention as sex trafficking internationally or nationally. But from our studies of non-governmental organisations, trade unions and Gardaí and so on, we are confident to say that trafficking for labour exploitation does happen into Ireland.
All right, and Gillian?
Similarly, we did research as well, globalisation, sex trafficking and prostitution, that was published last year, and we identified 102 women who were working in prostitution in Ireland that had been victims of trafficking. So, and we're now, and they were all women, obviously migrant women, who are now in the prostitution sector in Ireland. So. And
Gillian, you said that your organisation, the Immigrant Council of Ireland, is involved in lobbying and campaigning to have legislation changed. Is that likely to change in the near future? Is there much of a movement towards?
Well, in particular, we're lobbying lots of different aspects of I suppose, anti-trafficking, but a particular focus for us this year is going to be our anti-demand campaign, which is Turn Off the Red Light, which is to criminalise the buying of sex, which is what we feel fuels sex trafficking. So we will be running a campaign on that this year, and we are hopeful that there will be change. The UK have recently passed similar measures in criminalising sex, the buying of sex. So we're hoping to maybe encourage our government to follow on in that regard. And there have been other countries like Sweden who have reversed their policy of having legalised prostitution. They have now criminalised the buying of sex as well. So we're hoping that those trends will encourage our government to do the same.
That's great. Thank you very much, Gillian, and thank you very much, Gillian, for your contributions. So, thank you.